This is Real Talk Baseball and CarloBaseball. With me, as always, is Ernie Orange. We have a great show for you guys today. We didn't get on yesterday because it was Mother's Day. So for all your mamas out there, happy Mother's Day. Ernie, how's it going, dude?
What's going on, everybody? We're excited to be back on Monday night, back like our old days. A couple seasons ago, we were doing Monday night shows. We switched it to Sunday nights. But hey, we're excited to be here on Monday night talking baseball with you guys. There's a couple baseball games still going on right now. We'll give you guys live updates as we are here live on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. And if you're a first-time listener, feel free to hit that subscribe. We're one subscriber away from 1,000 here on YouTube, so we're excited. It's a big celebration for us here at Real Talk Baseball.
And not only that, if you have a question or you guys don't believe we're live, we have the comment section. We always have the comment section open to talk about baseball, anything baseball, definitely. So, I'll go through our, stuff that we're going to talk about today. So, number one, is it too early to call Ohtani Mr. Clutch? So we'll talk about that. Devers creating drama in Boston. We've heard a lot of things at the beginning of the season with Bregman. Now there's a different thing going on over there. So we'll talk about it, of course. Umps are missing a bunch of calls, but there's one out there right now that is it's kind of making us think like, what happened to the robo umps? We need them out here, right? It's all right.
Yep.
Number 4, managers getting fired. So we'll talk about the 2 managers that got fired this week. And the last one, we'll go over our power rankings. And I hope everybody's excited for that one because there's a lot of power rankings out there that I don't agree with, Ernie. Like I saw Fox power rankings, I saw MLB power rankings, and ESPN has their own. I know Ben Verlander has his own. I kind of agree a little bit more with Ben than the other guys, but we have our own, and we'll talk about it, of course. But let's get into it, dude. Let's talk about Ohtani. Is it too early to call him Mr. Clutch?
It's not early enough. The guy has been in the league for let's talk about 2018, 7 seasons in the MLB.
Yeah.
He's proven time and time again that he is the best player in baseball right now, a two-way special type player. Yes, he hasn't pitched a couple seasons due to Tommy John injury, but you're talking about a guy when he has to at bat, he's as clutch as they could get. He has had a lot of special moments in this game. And I don't know, there's this comparison with Barry Bonds and how Barry Bonds was more clutch than Ohtani because he played on the field. He won 8 Gold Gloves. But, Bonds did do steroids. So he did have that edge, that advantage that Ohtani does not have. So I don't know, Carlos. Is he Mr. Clutch for you?
All right. So this is a difficult question for me because it's just I do root for the team. I do go for the team. So I don't know if it's biased that I'm like, oh, he is Mr. Clutch. We've talked about this a lot of times. We talked about, when my friends, your friends get along, I'm pretty sure you guys are drinking. You're talking about who would you rather have the ball in the 4th quarter? Do you want Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or LeBron James? I'll point to Kobe Bryant because I'm a Laker fan. And a lot of people are like, no, LeBron is the GOAT. And yeah, points wise and all that stuff, right? And then you talk about Jordan. You cannot leave that conversation without talking about Jordan. Now, Ohtani, you put Ohtani into that mix in baseball. Is there anybody else in baseball that can go ahead and do that? You have Freeman also plays for that same team. So I mean, I'd say he is Mr. Clutch. He has proven time and time again that he can go ahead and do these things for his team. Whenever they need him, he provides whatever he needs. He did it with Team Japan. He got that double started against Mexico, and that rally was the winning run, dude. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's Mr. Clutch to me. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he hasn't been in the league enough. Yes, 7 seasons is enough time, dude. 7 seasons. He played for the Angels. What do you think?
Well, let's just go with the comment here. We got Genesis saying, feel bad for Ernie. The Angels suck. And yes, Ohtani did have to play for this team. As sorry as the Angels were, Ohtani was the most clutch in that Angels lineup. Every time the Angels were desperately in need of a run, Ohtani brought something special for us. It was always the bullpen and pitching that let us down. So he had a lot of clutch moments. But let me give you 5 clutch moments of Ohtani's career that will say why he is Mr. Clutch. We could start off already off the bat with his 50-50 season last year. That's as clutch as it could get. Something we've never seen in the sport of baseball. A guy that hits 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases. Second, let's go with number 4. Last year against the Marlins when he hit that 40-40 on a grand slam. Do you remember that one last season with the Dodgers?
Yeah.
He got his number 40-40 on a grand slam. Let's not forget about
that.
That was as clutch as this could get, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, let's talk about, man, he's had so many. The 3-run home run against the Padres in the NLDS last season. The Dodgers were down 3-0 in the game 1 of the NLDS. And what does Ohtani do? He hits a 3-run bomb and ties the game. Number 4, the WBC, as clutch as could get. You said how he beat Mexico with the leading double against Mexico. How about the U.S. matchup in the championship WBC final, where Ohtani comes to pitch in the top of the 9th to face his old teammate, ex-teammate Mike Trout to close it out, to get a save-like situation when the guy is a starter.
Damn.
That is clutch as could get. And then we have another one. Man, he's had so many. Just this weekend, can we not forget? That's as clutch as could get too. He hits a 3-run bomb, gives his team the lead. He does his little showboating, copies Lourdes Gurriel, shows off why he is the best player in the MLB, man. So there's 5 top moments in Ohtani's career. Four of those top match were again with the Dodgers. He didn't really have any special moments with the Angels. Let's get it right. I mean, he was never in no special games.
I mean, we don't. I'm pretty sure there is. I know there is. There is. It's just these. I guess these moments has overshadowed some of the stuff that he's done with the Angels. Not meaning that he didn't do them with the Angels. He did, but I think those 5, dude, are right on the money, dude. I was like, dang, that's a good top 5 list. And I'll go ahead and make a short of that for sure, because we need to have people comment on that. I mean, Neto, I don't know what that means. Can you translate it in English or in Spanish? So, because we. I don't know what really that means. All right. So the Lourdes Gurriel, did you expect Ohtani to come out of that dugout, hit that 3-run bomb, and do what he did? A lot of people will call it antics. A lot of people will call it pity. A lot of people will call it, I mean, whatever they want to call it, right? Did you like Ohtani doing what he did?
Heck yeah. Who doesn't love that? I mean, that's the beauty of the sport of the game of baseball. Every time these guys hit a bomb these days, they do the flat flip, and it's perfect that the main face of the game of baseball is doing it, like Shohei Ohtani. And why? It was a really clutch situation. It was a game-winning, 6-inning runs. They got the win. That feels special as a player. Heck yeah, you're excited and you're pumped. Wouldn't you be, Carlos? Right? Like,
hell yeah.
Anybody would be excited the moment they hit a 3-run bomb to give their team a chance to win again.
Yeah, I didn't expect it though. To be honest, I didn't expect Ohtani to do that. I expect him to be more apologetic than anything.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
Right? I mean, I hit a home run. I'm sorry, I'll run the bases. But I think that's good because that series to me felt like the D-backs wanted to beat the Dodgers so bad. You can hear it out in the stands. I know there was a lot of Dodger fans out there. It's the Dodgers against the world pretty much at this point. You have the Giants, Padres, and D-backs joining together, joining forces to chant "Beat LA." Every chance they get, they'll go ahead and chant that, and that happens in basketball. That happens in football. So that "Beat LA" chant, you guys think that people get hurt by that? Hell no. They get more pumped by that. So keep saying it. I love it. I love it. And I just want to say too, for all these fans that are out there that are Dodger fans right now, stop being butthurt. This is a new team, a new way of how the team is being managed. That it's a little hard to understand that people are going to hate your team, just like the Yankees got hated on all these years. Now the Dodgers are that team. Every team is going to hate on them. So everybody's hating on Ohtani because he did what he did, but I loved it. It was pretty cool. Like I didn't expect it. That's what it was. I didn't expect it, and when he did it, I'm like, no way he did it. That's freaking cool. So
yeah.
Right.
I think Neto brings a good point in the comment section. He says that I think Ohtani took it personal, seeing Gurriel celebrate like that, and he's like, I could do the same or even better than you. So, like you said, these teams are playing the Dodgers really hard. They're competing at the highest level, and you find yourself like the Dodgers, even with all the injuries in the pitching staff, they're finding ways to win offensively. Andy Pages is balling out. Teoscar was playing really great baseball as well. And Freddie Freeman and Ohtani right now are just playing at another level that we've never seen before. And Ohtani's that clutch of a player. Let's just, period. I don't really care what Barry Bonds did. I know he was a special type of player, but just given the fact that he did take steroids and that advantage he had over other players, that's where I'm kind of like, I can't call you Mr. Clutch, knowing that you cheated a little bit. You know what I mean? Or cheated a lot because, he had an advantage.
I get you. So here's a question that I'll ask you. If you were in that era watching Barry Bonds stepping into that plate, does Ohtani do that to you? Like, because Barry Bonds did it for me. Like, I hated seeing Barry Bonds stepping into that plate and to that batter's box, and I knew something special was going to happen when he went in there. I know he got walked a lot, but every time he hit the ball, even if it was a fly ball in the infield, that thing looked like it was going to be gone, dude. And do you feel that now that that he's with the Dodgers? Because you saw him as an Angel, you were rooting for him as an Angel. Now you see him as a Dodger. Do you see that going and happening now that he's with the Dodgers?
Oh, definitely. He brings a fear in the middle of the lineup. You know, obviously he's a leadoff hitter and he does great things, but I'm surprised they don't walk him enough.
No.
I really thought the MLB managers would be walking Ohtani way more, but they just seem to like want to face him. And you got Zach Allen yesterday, like, I want to take him. It's like a challenge for these pitchers. They're not scared of Ohtani. They're throwing 100-mile fastballs these days. They're like, I want to challenge the best hitter and I want to see what it takes to strike him out. And some of them are successful, but second or thurd time around, Ohtani gets the best of them. So that's the beauty of it. Ohtani, at the end of the day, he's a great hitter, man. He adjusts this really well in the bat, and that's why he's that special talent, man. I can't wait to see him even pitch because he's going to be in those clutch moments. You know, Dave Roberts is going to bring him in that ninth inning if he has to in the playoff scenario.
Yeah, can't wait for that to happen.
Right?
And he's been out for 2 years already, so let's get him in, dude. All right, let's move on to the next topic.
I think that arm is ready.
Yeah, it is, right? It is ready. I think it's ready too. Let's move on, dude. Let's talk about Devers creating drama in Boston. Again, we talked about Devers at the beginning of the season, that they wanted him to be a DH, and they made a big drama because Bregman got signed with the Red Sox. Now, the first baseman gets injured, and they're asking him to move to first base, and he's saying no. What do you think of all this?
Well, I think this is going to be a surprise to you, Carlos, but I'm actually on Rafael Devers' side on this one. Are you shocked?
No, I'm not, because I'm on the same side.
Really?
Yeah, I am, okay. Dude. I'm on the same side, and I'll tell you why, but I want to hear your reason first.
Well, let me just put it this way. Poor Rafael Devers. He's been your perennial star in this Red Sox lineup for a couple years now. He got a 10-year, $300 million contract. He's expected to be your future third baseman for the next 10 years. And what do? You sign another third baseman to challenge him for the job, like Alex Bregman. And don't get me wrong, Alex Bregman has been one of the best signings this offseason. But as a player, it takes a toll on your body. You know, like you take it personal. Why? Yeah. Because this was your spot. Just imagine, let me give you an example. You've been working at your job. You're the next guy up in promotion. They bring a new guy into the job that's going to challenge you for that promotion. Imagine that.
Yeah.
And he ends up taking your spot.
Yeah. Look,
wouldn't you be upset? Let me put it that way. I don't give a damn if he's making $30 million a year. That's some type of disrespect to him. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what, dude? That's exactly what I was going to say. If you have a job and you're getting paid to do it, and they're telling you you're not going to wear your glove anymore, you know, that's it. You're going to be DH. You concentrating on being DH. Now, Tristan Casas gets injured, right? And they come to you and tell you, hey, we need a first baseman. That's not his problem anymore. That's the Red Sox problem. That's your problem. If I want to help you, good. I can start practicing at first base, but don't just put me out there, and don't put me out in the media asking me, hey, can you play first base? And then make me look like the freaking villain, because honestly, he's not the villain. The Red Sox are the villains for putting him in that situation when they told him he wasn't going to use his glove anymore. So I just feel Devers is not getting treated fairly right now. And a lot of MLB stars, a lot of MLB players out there are calling them out, saying, just put that glove on, go to first base, and do the best you can. I get it. But at the same time, you need to understand the player. You need to understand the Red Sox did not talk to him correctly. They didn't go and say, hey, we're going to sign Bregman. Is that okay with you? Because we want you to play DH, possibly play somewhere else in the field. Maybe Bregman can play second base and you can play at third base sometimes. You know, maybe he would have been a lot better with that situation. But nope, they didn't do it, dude. So this is where I'm in the same side as you. And I don't know if you were expecting me to be on the side of the Red Sox. I'm not, because I see the player. Shocked. I see the player, dude. I see the player. I understand the player. It's a whole mess, dude. From the get-go, from when they signed Bregman, that's when the whole mess started, dude. That's where I feel like He's not in the wrong to say, I'm not going to play first base. What if he makes errors over there? We get it. He's going to make errors, but he feels like if he goes right now, he's making he's gonna save the day. He's not. He's not gonna save the day. And he was a player of the week this week, dude.
I mean, look at how it all started. This season, he was off to one of the worst starts in his career. He couldn't get it together. He was like 0 for 20 with like 14 Ks to start the season. You don't think that changes your mind? This game is really mental. Just a simple fact that he now is just a DH and can't go on the field. That must have been a big hit on his, his ego, knowing that he is that guy and now he's not. And he just has to be a DH. Like you said, he is a player of the week now. He's performing at a higher level now, like an all-star. And if you were to make him go to first base, that's going to take some time for him to adjust. He clearly said, I'm not flexible to play that position. I don't feel comfortable. I get he's getting paid $30 million. That's just one of the toughest jobs to play first base. It is the Red Sox responsibility. They were expecting Tristan Casas to perform this year. He was kind of considering the trade block this year, and they did not trade him. He ended up getting hurt. Now he's out for the year with a patellar tendon injury in his knee. It's not looking good. They definitely need to look for some depth. They need to look for other options, man. There is a lot of guys out there. Like you got Anthony Rizzo looking for a team. There's players out there available, and the trade deadline is going to come around, and you may have to look for some depth. Rafael Devers is just not going to be your guy in first base. I'm sorry. He's not good defensively. So why are you going to give him that other problem that he does not need right now in this game?
I agree, dude. Do you think that they might trade him somewhere? And if they do, if you feel like they're going to trade him, where would it be a good trade? You already know where I'm gonna say, but I want to hear where your mind and where might he fit with a different team, and who can get traded to Red Sox, because the Red Sox are competitive now. They're already building for the future. They're building to win the East and to win possibly the World Series. So they're going to look and they're going to try to get someone to come to Boston to try to win that World Series without Tristan Casas there, because he's out the whole year, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, who do you see?
This is a tough one. It's a really tough trade to make in the middle of the season right now. It's going to be impossible to find a team that's going to be willing to take that $300 million contract. He's only into his third year of the contract right now. So, man, that is tough. One team that I do see making sense right now, and they're playing really great baseball right now. They're in a 9-game winning streak. The Cardinals. They may shock a lot of people, but they need a lot more support than they really have right now. You have Nolan Arenado playing third, but if you bring Rafael Devers and you make Arenado move to first, that makes the most sense right now for me.
Okay, I do see that and maybe taking the contract.
And who's the vice president of the Cardinals right now? Charlie Bloom, the guy that signed Devers to that 10-year contract.
Oh, dang. So is there bad blood there though?
I don't think so. No? I think he has way more bad blood with Craig Breslow right now. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you the two teams that I see Devers going to. And I don't know if people are going to be shocked, or there's already rumors out there that this might happen. The first team that I do see that might want to get him and develop that fielding for the future is the Phillies. The Phillies have the money. They have the option to trade off 2 players to the Red Sox to play first base. So I know Schwarber, a lot of people love him, and a lot of people are liking how he's hitting. He's leading in 14 home runs in the National League. And I mean, why trade the guy that's producing for your team, right? So, but I don't know if they're gonna sign him next year. You go ahead and trade him off so that guy can play first base for the Red Sox. You get Devers at third because Bowen's not doing so well there. So I mean, like I said, they have money and they can put him out there. Castellanos, you don't know you're going to sign him next year, and you can throw in someone else so they can go ahead and take that contract. So that's one team. Number 2, the Dodgers, dude. The Dodgers are never ever going to be staying quiet and staying put, because they do need a third baseman. Muncy's not hitting, and we've heard rumors with the Dodgers and Arenado, but you can trade off with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are willing to take that contract. Why? Because they have that money, and they can go ahead and do it. And the Red Sox have a good connection with them because they had that Betts trade with the Dodgers, right? So those are the 2 teams I see in happening. I don't know if you think that's wild, or you think, oh, that could happen, right? So
The Dodger team never crossed my mind. I think they were already built to win, but that makes perfect sense. I mean, Max Muncy is definitely not performing, but you're saying you're giving up on Max Muncy now. You think it's time to move on?
I'm not giving up on him. The thing is that when you see the Dodger team and one of the players is not producing, they're gonna go ahead and trade and make the team more valuable. Remember, they want to be lefty righty, lefty righty, lefty righty, lefty, and this is what's gonna happen. You have a lefty lefty righty, if that's happened. So I mean, it could happen, but I do see the Phillies being part of that trade value. And if I was a Phillies and I'm a Philly fan, I would love for that to happen because now you're having a monster team and the Phillies that aging and you're bringing a younger guy into the mix. I mean, does he have drama? You know, a little bit, but I think he can go ahead and play and produce good with Bryce Harper and all those cats that's there already. So, yeah, I those are the two teams I see, dude. So
that's a pretty good surprise. Now I got to ask you this: do you see it happening this year, or like in the middle of the season, the trade deadline, or you see it happening next season?
Dude, no, I see that happening this season. It has to happen
really?
this season for both of these teams. So I don't see Devers being happy. I don't see him like doing things for the team because, like we talked about, he already has a bad situation there. Who wants to play for a team that doesn't, like what he's saying or doesn't want to put him at third base like he has in the past years? So who wants to go there every day? And then you don't know. Maybe there's players out there like, hey, come on, play first base. You don't want to hear that going to the ballpark. I'm not playing first base. That's it. But it's not going to stay quiet. You have fans out there that talk a lot of crap too. So, you Boston Red Sox fans, they don't stay quiet. They want their team to win. It's one of those teams like the Padres are becoming now. Like it's a small market, but they're demanding more from their players. They want to win now. So this is the problem they have in Boston, and I see those two teams going after him. It might be a shocker, and it might go to the Cardinals, and they will be like, "Damn, that one's a good one, Ernie."
Yeah, I just see it so hard for the Boston Red Sox to trade him right now. I know there is drama going on, but the Red Sox desperately need him if they want to make a run this year.
And yeah, they do. They really do need him. They don't want to get rid of him.
Numbers. They have to depend on Devers this year. I mean, he's batting .280. He has 7 home runs, 31 RBIs, on base percentage of a 400. I mean, the guy is a clutch hitter. He is still one of the best third baseman or DH now. I mean,
yeah, what do we call it? First baseman.
I mean, he's valuable, right? I know moving to first base would be a big ask. I just think the Red Sox have to look for more players. They need to bring more help to bring that in that lineup. That first base, asking Devers to go there just to bring more flexibility in the DH. I get it, but he's a DHer now. I mean, you made it happen. That was your fault. You caused this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, but that's what it is. So we'll have to wait and see until the trading deadline. But I do see it happening. And if it does happen, it's going to happen this mid-season. It's not going to happen next year. Maybe it happens next year, but the Red Sox do need him though for sure because they built that team around him. That's why they gave him the big contract. All right, let's move to the next one, man. And this one kind of sucks. This one got me surprised. Got me a little bit of surprise because the Rockies got their ass whooped on Saturday, 21 runs to nothing, and then they go ahead and flip it around. They win 9-3 on Sunday, and then 15 minutes later, you get to hear this man get fired. So I'm just looking like, what the hell happened? Why are you firing him after he wins? And Bud Black, dude, has been there 9 years. It sucks for him. A lot of coaches came out actually saying that, why are you firing now? Like, why are you letting them go? So the front office didn't help him with a team. The front office didn't put a good team for him out there. All those 9 years that he's been there, I'm pretty sure I remember 2 or 3 being solid. And that's when Arenado was there. Tulowitzki was there. What other players? Todd Helton was there. So like they had good teams. But then again, the front office didn't help. So he wasn't the only one. Derek Shelton got fired too. And then you had Skeens talking that someone needs to be accountable for. So we'll talk about that right now. But let's talk about Bud Black first.
Oh,
Do
man.
you think that was right?
You're totally right. I mean, Bud Black had been in the team for 9 seasons, which I was shocked he was still even around. But he was a great player. He was a good player coach. He cared for his players. He wanted the best for them. But you're right. Rockies front office never gave him nothing to work with. You had Nolan Arenado for those 2 good years, for those good Rocky runs. And then you go ahead and trade him for a salary dump, and you bring in Chris Bryant, which never worked out. You spent your most money there, and the guy has not delivered.
Yeah.
It's been a tough time if you're a Rocky fan right now. They're being considered as one of the worst teams ever built in MLB history, on pace to win 32 games this season, and on pace to even be worse than the White Sox from last season. So, poor Rocky fans, they've been through it all for a while already. Upper management has not done their part, and it sucks that a manager is the one to blame, just like Derek Shelton as well. I mean, they haven't brought anything. They have not developed anything from the minor leagues. They have nobody to bring up that's actually worthy to be a star. I'm sorry, but at this point, this is where Rob Manfred has to get in and make a change on ownership. If you're not succeeding, you need a new owner. Sorry.
Yeah. And this is where I feel like Bud Black kind of, it sucks. It was on his shoulders because how the team was playing. But you're looking at that team, and all that team is a minor league team. There's nothing out there that I can say like, oh man, look at this. Tovar, he's not even out there. Look at Chris Bryant. He's playing good. Dude, ever since he signed with the Rockies, I remember him playing probably like 3-4 games because he doesn't get ready, or he's not ready to play. I don't know if he's going to come back being an MVP player, or he's going to come back to swing and then get injured again. Like, he's that type of player right now. So the Rockies have a lot to fix. That front office has a lot to look at and try to get a manager to get this team going. Because to be honest, Dave Roberts came out too saying, hey, it's not Bud Black's fault if they don't put a team out there for him. So it sucks.
What manager could save this team? What managers could save these both teams right now?
Dude, there's a few managers out there, but I don't know. The Rockies want old school heads in there. I don't know if they're doing new school baseball, cybermetrics type baseball. You have a Pujols that's out there that he's gonna be the manager for Dominicana coming up in the WBC. You have Benji Hill. He's been doing good out there as well. He's one of those managers that's been known. There's a few players that played not too long ago that can come back. Todd Helton, I'm pretty sure he would be one of the guys that would be a front runner if he was there. Vinny Castilla's out there too. He played for the Rockies. So there's a lot of guys out there that would want to take this managerial job, but they also have to look at the front office. What is it that the front office wants? Because right now they have no direction, dude. I don't know where they're going. What is it that they're trying to do? Are they trying to develop players? Are they trying to save money? Are they trying to spend money? We have no direction, dude. So we don't know what's going on. There's a minor league team playing in the big leagues right now. And that sucks, dude. In the toughest division, you have the Rockies there, dude. And the Rockies are not doing jack shit, dude. That's how it is. It sucks.
Yeah. Their pitching has just been getting raw. Poor Kyle Freeland was pretty devastated on Saturday. He kind of looked at the fans like, still support us, please.
Yeah.
He looked like embarrassed. And, Herman Marquez as well. Ryan McMahon is finally picking it up. Hunter Goodman looks like a good option, but he's still a minor leaguer. He's just in the big leagues right now because they're desperate.
Yeah.
And Brenton Doyle is just doing the best he can, man. It's unfortunate situation there. Like you said, new ownership is needed for both of these teams. Derek Shelton, he had a little bit more talent given on this situation. You do have Paul Skeens, who also hasn't gotten any run support, but that was their best option every 5 days. They had at least Paul Skeens, a top prospect, who's looking to be the next ace in this game of baseball. I guess the reason why the Pirates got rid of Derek Shelton, they were off to a 12-23 start. They do have talent there. They have Brian Reynolds, O'Neal Cruz, Cabrian Hayes that are supposed to be the next all-star caliber players, and they just haven't been that yet. And I think this is where ownership and front office was like, we need to move on. He's not putting them to the next level. But like you said, they did not bring enough talent this offseason. You know what they signed? Tommy Pham on a 1-year, $4 million deal. Like, is he supposed to be the next great star? You brought Andrew Heaney on a 1-year, $5 million deal. And
which is not doing too bad, though. He's okay.
Not doing too bad, but it's not the answer to take you to the next level and to take you to the playoffs, right?
That's true. And
with the bullpen right now, man, the questionable calls still bringing up David Bednar. and expecting him to be that closer role. He closed a lot of close games, and I'm surprised he still hasn't been designated for assignment. Every time I see him go up there, I'm like, oh, this is a lost cause. Poor Poskin's going to get the L now, or going to get a no decision due to this closer. And it's unfortunate situation. The Pirates ownership also doesn't spend money. You know what's been their biggest contract in the past 10 years? Francisco Liriano on a 3-year, $39 million deal.
Damn.
That's the most they spent in 10 years.
Wow. Not even on McCutchen, dude?
No, McCutchen's not even worth that much these days. I mean, he's almost close to retirement. Man, this is a frustrating if you're a Pirates fan, but Bob Nutting, the owner, every Pirates fan is telling you it's time to ship them out as well. They need a new owner. And this is, like I said, Rob Manfred has to step in. And if you haven't had success for the past 10 years, it's time for a new ownership. This is time for fans to deserve what they need, you know?
Yeah. I agree, dude. I think this is not if you're looking at it as a fan, it's not fun to watch your team get beat every day and having these managers make the wrong decisions looking like they're wrong decisions because they don't have players to actually put out there. So to us, it's looking like bad decisions. To the managers and general managers and to the owners, is looking like bad decisions. But what else do I have? I have no other options. I have to do this. So I'm the one that's making the team look bad, not anybody else. You don't have to put your face in front of the media every time I lose a game. You don't have to explain why I put, my third baseman in the pitch after 21 runs. You don't have to go out there and explain why is it that I don't have a good lineup, right? So, Paul Skeens did come out, like I said what he said. Do you think he's frustrated in Pittsburgh?
Oh, he definitely is. I mean, that guy is a winner. Everywhere he's been, he's won. And now you come to the major leagues and you're stuck with a Pirates team that has had not much success in the past decade. And he wants to win. He wants to prove himself to be that ace, that Cy Young type pitcher. But with the offensive help, he's not going to get nothing there at Pirates with the Pirates. He's going to be the next Ohtani, just stuck in a bad team, waiting to get traded until it's time to go to a bigger team. And I know the Yankees are just waiting for him to finish his arbitration years, and they'll be knocking.
They'll be knocking on the door for sure. But there's a lot of trade talk rumors that the Pirates can probably do for now and get more prospects out of Skeens now than later, because we don't know how much long Skeens is going to keep throwing without getting injured. Not saying that he is. I know I said that playing around, but if he does get hurt, that means there's going to get less value for him. So a lot of people are talking about maybe they should go ahead and trade him now that he has the trade value of having 6 prospects, maybe 3 of them already ready to go into the major leagues. I don't know, like things that the Pirates need to look for. So I know the MLB will get ready next year because they're preparing to go into a strike, and they're talking about having a floor for the salary cap. And these teams are going to be hurt by it. So they're going to have to either sell their teams or start putting a product out there for the fans to actually enjoy the game. So we'll see what happens. I did forget a topic, Ernie. I kind of skipped it, dude. I think we needed to talk about the umps first and then this topic, but it's all right.
No worries. I got one more question for you.
Go for it. Yeah.
Which team is in a better situation, the Rockies or the Pirates?
Damn. I think, okay. So with the Rockies, you have no direction. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's not one player that you can be like, oh yeah, he's a Rocky. No. If you go to a average MLB fan, I don't think they'll be able to name a player from the Rockies. And I'm just being real with you. If you with the Pirates, at least Paul Skeens come up on mind. McCutchen comes out to mind, So I just feel like the Pirates are in a better situation. Maybe that firing of a manager is more, accountable than it is with the Rockies. So whoever they bring in, that's good. They're gonna have a good enough team to compete in the Central, but we'll have to wait and see for that one, dude. But who do you see?
I totally agree. I think the Pirates have a better situation. Just after this weekend's firing for Derek Shelton, they ended up winning the series against the Braves this weekend. They took 2 out of 3 from the Braves. They lost today to the Mets by a run in the late innings. I mean, at least they look like they have a different spark today. They're playing competitively now, and there's some new energy in the stadium. So that's always good to see, Sometimes when you see a manager, maybe he lost the clubhouse already, and it's time for a fresh start. I think Paul Skeens was ready for a new manager as well. I mean, I don't blame him.
Yes.
I mean, his interview sounded kind of interesting.
Yeah, it did.
It shocked me the way he approached it, but I mean, he's totally right. I mean, Derek
Yeah.
Shelton did his best what he could, but it is time for a fresh face in Pittsburgh era, and I think they're ready to see a different direction for the future.
You know what? When you said it shocked you, like it shocked me too, knowing that he's a second-year player, and him saying it the way he sounded like it kind of,
He's been very,
you know,
he's been very vocal. He's not been shy.
exactly,
He's been putting it like he wants to win. He wants the Pirates fans to feel what it is to be in a playoff environment.
Maybe he's ready to be the leader of that clubhouse, and maybe he's just like, you know what? Forget this old school mentality. I'm taking it. I'm going. I know I'm the rookie here, and I haven't done my time, but guess what? I'm not ready to lose. I'm not those type of players. I need to win now. So yeah,
cool.
We'll
Good for
wait
him.
and see what happens with Pittsburgh, man. Good for him. Yeah, you're right. Let's move on, man. Let's talk about the umpires, and I'll go ahead and play the video.
Oh my goodness.
Where'd that miss? Where was that? That is as middle.
Dude.
That's bad as it gets.
How the hell did you miss that call? Like, how did you miss that call? That your job is to call balls and strikes. Crossing the plate is a strike if it's within the shoulder. I mean, what is it? The chest all the way to your knees. And a ball if it's outside that plate. How hard is that? You are getting paid to be the umpire. You're not getting paid to know where he's catching the ball. You're not getting paid to see where the catcher's moving towards. Like, if he's outside the plate, let him be outside the plate. But if that ball crosses that freaking plate and it's shoulder high and knee high, dude, that's a strike.
Yeah, right? I mean, we had this video posted on all our social media platforms, and everybody saw it. Everybody, even the batter, knew he was struck out, and he was already heading to his dugout. And wait, it's a walk. It's as bad as it gets. Umpiring has been really bad lately. People have been frustrated with these umpires. They're constantly affecting the games by their balls and strike calls. This is not a good sign for the MLB, and this is the main reason why the ABS system, automatic ball system challenge, is going to be the next best thing for the game of baseball. You know, we have the old timers that were really against it, but time and time again, we show that the game has been a bit rigged or a bit inconsistent with the calls. And this is why we need to head into that direction of that challenge system, because we need to get this right. Every other sport is getting it right. Why is the MLB behind?
Yeah. And, you know, it's crazy. A lot of people are talking about, oh, there must have been a bet going on, and that's why they call it a ball instead of a strike. And you start raising those concerns and those questions. If you have the ABS in place, which they did have in the spring training, and I was like one of the guys that were saying, oh, I don't know if it's going to work. No, it worked from day one that I saw it, and they challenged it, and they went ahead and made the right call. I thought it was cool because now the hitter is actually calling their own balls and strikes. You need the umpire out there, of course. They're still going to be out there, but with this system, I think it's going to speed the game up as well. And not only that, but you're going to get the call right. And that's what we're looking for. This is not the only call that we've seen in the past year. I think every show we've been talking about umpires making the wrong call. Even when they have instant replay, they're getting it wrong, dude. Why are they getting it wrong if we have everything going with the camera angles, with the slow motion? We're still getting it wrong. I know if there's not enough evidence, we can not trade it over or change that call, but it has happened, dude. It's happened to where there's not enough evidence. And maybe we're not seeing the full effect. We're not seeing the full, angles that maybe MLB has. But from what we're seeing, we're like, man, what the hell? That was safe, or that was out. So the evidence is there. So whatever. Did you see Alexander though? He stopped and then he's like, what the hell? He kind of did a reverse moonwalk.
Contreras like, what the hell are you doing? I mean, we got the comment section. They're saying the umps was shaking his head like he's annoyed with the catcher. The Rays TV crew was saying WTF.
Yeah.
Chicks Who Love Baseball said the Blue must have sneezed and missed the call. Strike just felt like the call to make. At this point, I'm ready for robot strike zones. I mean, I think we all can agree that it's time for a change in this game of baseball. And we, like I said, continue getting wrong. I was just watching a game right now. Angels Padres. Michael King throws a fastball down the middle. It gets called a ball. And I'm just like, as an Angel fan, I'm like, oh, shoot, we got lucky on that one.
Thanks for the gift.
Yeah, thanks for the gift. We need it. By the way, I went to an Angel game yesterday. Oh, man, my Angels are playing so terrible. They didn't even need an umpire to impact the game. They just their own defense impacted their own game. I was like,
Really?
oh man, this is really bad. But
Dang.
going back to umpires, yes,
Yeah.
we're definitely
Dang.
ready for change, and it's making a big impact. I mean, put yourself in the situation. We're in the playoff environment, playoff game, and this one strike call could really affect the game.
Yeah, and you know what? There was a lot of comments on this part of the video that they were saying, okay, so the umpires, are they getting graded? They do get graded. They do get a raise. They do get everything just like a normal job. They get reviewed after every game. They get a scorecard. All these missed calls, of course, they're gonna get reported. Maybe these umpires are not making it all the way to the World Series because we don't want to have a missed call in the World Series, the biggest game this game has to offer. So they do get, of course, they do get judged and they do get a review for it. But it's crazy, dude. We're talking about umpires here, man. We're not talking about baseball players, and that's where I find a problem with ever since we started this season. We've been talking about umpires, so we're learning their names as well. So it's kind of crazy, dude. I don't think I've ever had it that much, I heard it that much. So it sucks, man. Once we get the robo umps, I think everybody will be happy, and hopefully we don't miss calls, dude. Because if we do, damn.
We'll get it right. Don't worry. The robo umps are gonna save the day for baseball. What were the comment section saying in the social media platforms? I know you were on it.
They were talking about Angel Hernandez being out there again. Angel Hernandez 2.0. They were, dude. Everything was made. It was just fun, dude. It was funny, and I added that little part at the end with just a little bit outside with Euchre from the Major League Baseball movie. So it was fun. A lot of people were arguing back and forward, which was pretty interesting. But it's just the comments. Everybody was saying, how is it that you missed that call? It was right in front of you. The ball was coming straight. It wasn't like it was a curveball or a changeup, something that had a lot of movement. It was just a straight fastball and you missed it. Mm-hmm. So yeah. I forgot to ask you, and I want to go back to the managers. I wanted to ask you, who is the next team that's gonna fire their manager?
Oh,
one's a tough. I know that one's a tough one, but you do have like teams already. You have the Rockies, and you already have the Pirates.
Well, the White Sox, I know they're playing poorly, but Will Venable is in his first season, so we got to get him. He's still 40 games in. Still has a lot to work with.
Yeah.
Oof. Miami Marlins are not playing great, but they also have a new coach.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers' first base coach from last year.
McClue? Yeah, McClue.
Yeah. So the next guy I have is Brandon Hyde from the Orioles. Simple as that.
Ooh,
he's on the hot seat right now.
He is, and he's big time in the hot seat because he has a talented team, a team that should be winning the World Series, not playing well. Yeah, it's not playing well at all. So I agree with you on that one. Like I definitely see second. Oh, you got a second one. All right.
But this is after this one would be after the season.
You think so? It won't happen soon?
No. This is Rob Thompson from the Phillies, and that's if they don't make it deep into the playoffs.
Rob Thompson. That one's at the end of the season, you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So now, out of all the managers, I think Brandon Hyde is the next one out. By mid-season, if he doesn't bounce back and get the team playing at least 500 ball, I think it's time to ship him out as well.
Damn, dude. That's crazy. I do see him. I do see that happening. I also see Ron Washington because I know you don't have the talent, but you do have something out there. I know Mike Trout hasn't played. It's been 10. I think it's 10 games now.
Yeah,
and he hasn't come back. You started out hot and then slowly died down. Do you think that's fair though, Ron Washington?
I mean, he's at the end of his contract, so I think that the Angels is going to let him play it out. There's no better option right now anyway, and at least Ron Washington's still going to groom these young guys and get the best of them for the much as he can. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's in the hot seat too. I don't see them re-signing him or bringing him back next season. It's not his fault. I mean,
it's not. No, it's not.
He's not giving much talent. He's giving a bunch of young guys and expecting them to deliver, and they're not. So
they're not.
Like you said, they started off hot. They were getting a little bit of hot mojo, but they lost it. Yeah. And the pitching's just banged up now. The bullpen just can't get it together. Even Kenley Jansen's back to his old ways after a hot start. So it's tough, man. It's not a good situation there. And Man, you can get seats for $5 these days, though. I'll tell you that.
We'll wait till see who loses 10 games in a row, and that's when I think it's gonna happen. Either the Orioles or the Angels, or possibly the Braves snicker as well. Like he's having Ronald Acuna is coming back. He started. It's gonna start tomorrow in his rehab stint. So maybe June we'll see him up in the big leagues. Maybe at the end of the May. Like that's like what they said. So he's another one. I feel like he's in the hot seat. Not he didn't start all that great, but we'll have to wait. So those are the three teams I think. Because I feel like the Orioles as well, man. They're there. You want to move on to power rankings, or should we talk
let's
something
finish
else?
it off with the power rankings. I know, but we want to just give a special mention for the Cardinals and Twins.
Yeah,
the two hottest teams in baseball right now. Who saw that coming? Teams that were just going to be in the middle of the Central divisions. Not expecting much from them this year, but this Cardinals team is on a 9-game winning streak, and the Twins are on an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Can these teams continue?
Dude, they already played the Phillies today, and the Cardinals won. So I do see this happen. I believe in the Cardinals, and I do believe in the Twins as well. I believe on both of those teams. I know the Twins are 500 playing 500 ball. The Cardinals are 2 games above 500, half a game behind the Cubs. That's crazy, dude. How is it that the Cubs had a great lead against everybody in the Central, and now you're only half a game in front of the Cardinals? The Cardinals, dude. We had the Brewers winning that division. How does that happen?
Okay, let me put it this way. Now, if the Cardinals continue to play this well, and the Red Sox start playing poorly, does it not make sense for the Cardinals to make that big splash that they desperately need?
It does. It makes a lot of sense.
Cardinals fans been waiting for a long time for their success. They've been quiet, and if they could get their perennial star like Devers in the lineup, man, that would be a big move.
Dude, if that happens, I'll go ahead and put that video, and I'll say this conversation happened on the 12th of May, and Ernie said that this trade was going to happen because no one's talking about it, but bam, it happened. And that'll be crazy if it does, dude. Let me post the power rankings right quick. But yeah, the Cardinals are playing really good baseball, and the Twins as well, dude. You want to go over where we changed some stuff? I don't think a lot of stuff changed. I know the Detroit Tigers, we had them at 5 and we moved them to 3. The Tigers are playing great baseball right now, dude. The Central, the AL Central is playing good baseball right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally right. You're talking about a Royals team that's playing great baseball. They're finally finding their groove again. The Guardians also playing good. Great pitching. The Twins, I think we could possibly move them even a little higher these days.
Yeah.
I think the Twins just continue to play really good pitching. And, man, the Tigers, they're just complete. From 1 to 9 in that lineup, it's scary. They beat the heck out of the Red Sox today, 14-2. And they're a scary team to face.
Yeah, they are.
I think that you're right. The AL Central's competitive. The Yankees at 7, it's a good spot for them too, man. They've been inconsistent, but Aaron Judge continues to deliver. Trent Grisham has been a spark in the middle of that lineup as a pinch hitter or just as coming off the bench.
Yeah.
The Giants have been falling off for me. I know they're number 8. Getting swept by the Twins this weekend was kind of a tough one for them, but does this surprise me? No, I think it's pretty accurate here. I think we're rankings and standings and stats wise, I think it's pretty. Dodgers at 1, Padres at 2 makes perfect sense.
And then the Mets kind of fell off a little bit to 4th. They were number 2, and then the Phillies moved up actually from 7 to 5 because you had the Cubs not playing all that great, but they're still showing up. They're still playing 500 plus baseball. And then you have, of course, the Yankees at 7. The Yankees could have been a little bit higher, but I just felt like maybe because they haven't played a tough team, I think they're playing the teams that are we know they can beat and they should beat, right? The Giants
weekend, they faced the A's, which is a pretty easy matchup for them.
Yeah, you even heard Aaron Judge say, like, I'm over here playing in the minor league stadium. And we've been talking about Little League Stadium in New York with the Yankees. I think he called it Little League Stadium out there in the A's, and we call it the A's because we don't even know if it's Sacramento A's or whatever they want it. It's not Sacramento A's, right?
No, I think it's just Athletics.
Athletics, that's it. Yeah. That's it. And then St. Louis, like we said, they're only a half game behind the Cubs at 13. They can possibly move into those 10 spots if they keep winning, I think. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, you're totally right. I think at the moment they start winning this series, I think you easily move them to the top 10. Just
Top
a
10.
simple fact that they're 23-19. Their pitching's been lights out. Eric Fetty got his first shutout in his career. Sonny
Mhm.
Gray's pitching lights out. Andre Palante's looking good. And they got another guy, Mike McCullough is also looking good. And they're getting their timely hitting on small ball, not really with much pop. And it's kind of been really surprising to see. It's a team that desperately needs a spark, a city that loves baseball and wants to see playoff baseball in St. Louis, and much deserving. You know, it's a
Yeah.
rich historical team like the Cardinals.
True. And then we have the Mariners moving from 10 to 9 from last week. I think that's a good one as well, being there. And I think the Guardians wasn't top 10. Now they're top 10. Kansas City's behind the Guardians. I see that, but I do see that they're playing a lot better. You have Bobby Witt Jr. stepping up with that team. He's becoming the leader for them, dude. And if he doesn't spark that team up, the Kansas City kind of has, they have that Bobby Witt uh dependency. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then I mean,
Yeah,
there's
right.
flashes of Salvador Perez and Vinny Pascatino, Michael Garcia, but Bobby Witt's the one that starts it all.
Yeah.
He's been the spark plug. He was on a 22 game hitting on game hitting streak. That's impressive. And a guy like that, he brings the speed on the base paths, the timely hitting, the pop. The guy has it all. He's a 5-tool player that it's a special talent in the game of baseball.
Yeah. And if you don't agree with what we have here, go ahead and send us a message. We are going to post this on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, we'll post it on here on YouTube so you guys can chat it around and talk about, hey, these guys don't know baseball, or these guys do know baseball and I like their power rankings. And if you disagree, that's what we love about this show, because we like to talk baseball and we like to disagree and agree to disagree as well. So so that's our power rankings. We have time, Ernie, to talk about something else if you like. If you don't, we can shut it here. But I honestly feel like we talked a lot of baseball. I feel like baseball is getting more interesting as time goes by. We're seeing rumors, we're seeing news, we're seeing teams that started super hot kind of falling a little bit apart. And I'm talking about the Giants because they got swept by the Twins. So I'm starting to see a little bit of concern with the Giants, and I think for them, they looked a little tired to me. That's because I was watching some of the games and I did see that they look a little tired, and maybe I haven't been seeing all season long, but it was a little boring, dude. Like they were getting little bloop hits here and there, and that's how they start their rallies, and that's how they start playing their games. And dude, like I'm starting to see that team is falling apart a little bit. And so do you see them in the top 10 next week?
I don't see it. They don't win this next couple series. Yeah, they're dropping easily. And it's been frustrating for a lot of these teams. There's a couple teams here that are in the bottom out of the top 10. They've been really disappointing. I mean, you're talking about a Red Sox team that's sitting at 21-20 right now. You had better expectations from them.
Yeah.
Their pitching hasn't delivered as much as we thought. The Astros, they're also paying 500 ball. The Blue Jays, the Diamondbacks play okay, but they're in a tough division. So you give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They show flashes of strong offenses, but that bullpen is concerning. Then you got a Rangers team that was expected to be the first place division winners, and offensively, they still can't get it going, even with the new signing of, who was it?
Jock Peterson?
The Boone brother. Brett Boone.
Oh, Brett Boone. Brett Boone, you got to give him time. He got Jock Peterson to start hitting.
That's true.
He wasn't hitting before. Now he's hitting. So they're expecting big things from Jock Peterson so that can get that lineup going. You have Seager that's not playing right now. He's in the IL. So that's crazy. And then you have Adolis Garcia that's hitting okay, but he's striking out a lot, dude. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with the Rangers. But it's starting to form like the teams that we thought and think that they're going to make it to the top 10 are shaping up already. You have the Mariners, dude. You called it. Winning that division. They're in the top 10. And then the Phillies jumping, like I said, they're jumping around. And if they continue playing this type of baseball, they're going to take over the Mets, because the Mets kind of, they're there. They're just hanging on right there. But they are losing some series too. So it's like, they're not a perfect team. So we're starting to see little things here and there that we weren't seeing at the beginning of the season. The top three teams, I do not see them moving from that spot. Maybe changing spots between all those three. Maybe I'll include the Phillies and the Mets, But those top three right now, they're crazy, dude. To me, they're the teams that are playing elite level. You got the two National West teams that are going to stay there, and then you have the Detroit Tigers, the best of the AL. So
Definitely.
I said it. I said it. Better than the Yankees, yes. Better than the Yankees. I can't wait for that matchup to happen. By the way, Yankees and the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, this Tigers team is built to win. AJ Hinch is doing such a great job there. You know, Jack Flaherty, Tarek Skubal, Jackson Jovi, Casey Mice, Reese Olson. Man, the arms have just been delivering good things, and the bullpen is great. Will Best, Tommy Canley. Man, these guys are lights out. I see them, and I'm like, this is something special. It's good to see Detroit on top. I mean, they're not so good in other sports, so it's good to see them delivering something for the city of Detroit.
That's true. All right, cool. All right, man. Last mentions, dude. I know it hasn't been hitting the hour, but it's all right. We talked about baseball. And yeah, go ahead. Hit your last mention.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for tuning into our show. We had a great show with you guys, too. The comment section was pretty active today. So thank you, everyone, for commenting and on our topics. I just want to say out there, if you're listening for the first time, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We would appreciate that. And, you know, from the bottom of our hearts, we're so happy to say thank you. We will be reaching 1,000. So we're excited to keep growing this channel. And I think me and Carlos are happy what we've been able to achieve here, you know, also with our fantasy show. So thank you, everyone. 1,000. And we're only going higher from now on.
Definitely. So yeah, I'll just leave it to where what Ernie said.
I
liked it, man. I liked it.
Give a special speech, man. You're the starter of Real Talk Baseball, man. You're the godfather, man. You started this show.
I don't speak like the godfather, but I just want to say that we are going to get that 1,000. I love that we're doing this, what we're doing now. And we would like to have more people on here talking about baseball and commenting on the comment section. Definitely, we had a lot of people coming on here, and I loved it. But yeah, moving forward, we're going to start posting more. We're going to start putting some more shorts. And not only that, but we're going to go ahead and try to do shorts, live shorts. Me and Ernie on TikTok, maybe YouTube. Have Will do some of those things, you know, and John, everybody on here definitely is going to do it. But for right now, the hour has passed. From all of us here on Real Talk Baseball, I'm Carlos Baseball. This is Ernie Orange, Real Talk Baseball, signing out.